Good morning, everybody. Thank you for prioritizing this session over the lots of choices you had in the same time slot. It's one of our customer stories session, and today we'll talk about energy companies and how they are in the platform journey, the power platform adoption journey. My name is Pratap Ladani. I'm part of the Power Cat team. And we got a couple of questions since the morning. What is this CAT team? What is Power Cat? So it stands for Customer Advisory Team. And we have the privilege of working, working closely with customers who are trying to adopt this technology and learn from them. So we're part of the engineering organization. And I feel my job is the best job of the world, where I can use the technology and see customers really solving problems and then become the bridge between engineering and customers. So we learn a lot, and our currency is feedback. We exist in engineering because of feedback. We want to learn quickly. We want to see what is working, what's not working, what are the gaps, what are the things we should be doing and prioritizing in the engineering team so that customers like you can be successful. And as part of that, throughout this event, we have been hosting a lot of customers. Many of us in the room have been with us in the journey. We've shared 3 sessions so far. This is the fourth in the series. And today I have the privilege of talking to 2 customers of ours, both from the energy sector, Schlumberger first and then Chevron. And I would like to start with a quick video of a project that our customer Schlumberger had implemented internally. So let's start with a quick video, and I'll introduce the team to you.
As the HSE function, we wanted to run a health campaign that was different in 2018.
The campaign was publicly launched on the 1st of April 2018 with pre-launch preparations by the HSE team.
And using Office 365 digital capabilities, we created solutions to allow employees to submit their activity data and track their performance.
70,000 Yammer messages read.
8,692 active Europe entries recorded.
All 365 has been an incredible, important tool in engaging people in our Active Europe campaign.
The personalized dashboard has allowed employees to track their own performance.
At the top level, the Power BI dashboard provides clear and colorful graphics to measure and present data in a meaningful way.
Message and excitement even spread outside of Europe, with message posted from employees from South America, Malaysia, and the Middle East. Go, 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 Active Europe!
So we'll start our first customer story session with Alan, who you saw in the video as well. Over to you, Alan.
Thanks, Pratap. Good morning, and thank you for taking time to attend this session. And I'm going to go a bit off script today and just let the flow lead. Okay, so thanks Microsoft for having us, first of all. So my name is Alan. So we started this journey sometime last year, not too long actually. So we are quite new in this adoption of the Power Platform. But today I'm going to share a bit of some of the deliverables that we have done so far over such a short time, and also to give a bit of indication on how easy the tool can be applied. So I'm Alan. I'm an early adopter in the company. So, and also I sit in the business. So I'm sitting right next to the business where all the things are happening. And that's where you are able to create this system of innovation, allowing our people to create new things by just adopting the tool. And also, you have, because of the proximity to the business, we are able to have great agility from there. And also, thanks to Microsoft for the recognition, and I finally got to see the Champs card, which is pretty cute. So if you are interested to pick it up, there's a bunch of it outside. So who is Schlumberger? We are actually a world-leading oil field services company. So we provide all the drilling services down to end-to-end services, from finding the oil to extracting the oil. Yeah, so customer like Chevron is one of our major customers. So today we are pretty glad to be able to do a co-presentation. So we have about 100,000 employees across the world, and in the company itself, we are like a little mini United Nations, 140 nationalities, and we operate in 85 countries, more than 2,500 locations. Yeah, so I'm based in Scotland. Yeah, so my responsibility is Europe. Okay, so I have about 13,000 users. So today I'm going to share with you some of the journey that we go through and how we started. Right. So it's actually a very personal story. Yeah, it all started because a close colleague of ours, he had a heart attack, yeah, and left. So I got a call from the HSC manager from Europe and say, Alan, we need to do something special. We need to let our people have a better healthy lifestyle, right? And at the time, it was early 2018. We were still going through we just came out from the downturn, right? Oil field downturn. So our HSC director came to me and said, I want something exciting, I want something easy, simple, and something that I can get people to start running, start swimming, start cycling, yeah? So that's what you saw in the video. So we decided, okay, we don't have funding, you want something great, and I have no clue about Power Apps, but let's try it, right? So I spent a weekend, trash out that little app, 3-screen app, and then we run a campaign over Yammer. We get quite a successful turnout. So initially, we only targeted 22,000 kilometers, which is to run around all our offices around Europe, one circle, yeah. But we exceeded, we reached 400,000 as of end of last month, right? And that app has been so successful, or the campaign has been so successful, that it's been replicated to all other regions in Schlumberger across the world. So if you put together all the miles and the kilometers we did, it's more than going to the moon and back a few times, yeah. So, and this is the evolution of from that simple app to this year's version, yeah. So as you can see, a lot of the apps that we do we emphasize a lot on the UX. We want to make sure that we have the same experience for our user, even though it's on Power Apps. It doesn't mean that you cannot build the native apps feeling in Power Apps. So if you have a quick look here, we have a badging here, we have a leaderboard here. We allow users to create teams of their own to have some sort of a social-friendly competition among themselves and encourage themselves to do more exercise, right? So it was for a great cause, and it was a great tool for us to deploy something very quickly, yeah? So we get a very quick engagement from all over. And in the notes that I've been talking about for this session, what I want to share is to give a bit of insight into there are various ways to make Power Apps looks like real apps, yeah? So this is one of our many apps that actually we did for, we call the control, which is promotion of our engineers. Before they go to the next level as a certified engineers, they need to present a project and they need to be evaluated. In the past, it used to be done in paper, yeah. So, and our MD came to me and said, Alan, I need to promote someone from the graduates, yeah, for a sales position. Who can I promote? We have no clue because it was all on paper, right? And unless somebody go to the cabinet, retrieve all the forms, tabulate the result, find the top performers, there's no way to show it. Whereas I sense an opportunity here, replace the paper, fix the process, digitize it, and I'm able to, on the live, real time, able to see who's my top scorer and show my MD, this is the three names that we can consider. Yeah. So unfortunately, I have to mask away a lot of the real picture and real names because of the privacy, data privacy in Europe. So, but you can have a feel from here. It is really professional looking, nothing less than a native app, yeah, and it's all done in Power Apps. So from that, we actually have developed quite a significant number of citizen developers just within Europe. This is just the Europe numbers, 120 plus across 32 countries. And today, we have gained so much efficiency that we are able to build a quick app within 2 hours, yeah? And we have more than 50 plus production apps in Europe alone. And time to train a developer, a citizen developer, is also reducing significantly. It's between 1 to 2 weeks. I'm able to turn a new student from school and make him or her fly and be able to do as much as I can do in 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah. This is all thanks to the community, you know. So even myself, all these wonderful things is learned from the community. I learned from, like for example, all these sliding windows and stuff. The animation within the apps was from the great source like Keith and Shenyang, right? So I'm just like one of you guys, and just accept that I'm in a commercial environment, right? So just a quick few other screenshots just to give you guys a few nice scenes here. Some picture has been replaced with stock images, but you get the idea, yeah. So from rating app down to a very interesting one, you see there, CEO -1 appraiser. We actually have an appraiser system for our CEO to do his performance management for his direct reports on the go, yeah. And also I have a blue tube there, which looks like Netflix, yeah. But it's a video on demand targeted to audience, the specific audience. So say I'm an engineer, I push a certain content. So as we adopt Office 365, we also transform the way we communicate internally. Our communication has moved from email to poster to now video. We produce lots of video, yeah. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to Lat to continue this story on Schlumberger. Thank you.
All right, good morning. How you guys doing? I'm sure you're all well caffeinated, I hope. This is the third session of the day, so we'll be pretty interactive. So I'm Lad Laird. I'm the director of the mobility studio for Schlumberger. So it's a really fancy name for that build apps for a living. We're a big enterprise team of about 60 that builds apps for all across the organization. And we see ourselves as a very professional grade organization. So quite frankly, oops. There we go. I was an early doubter. I really was. I'm sure like many of you, my first experience with Power Apps was creating a very simple SharePoint list, clicking the Create an App button. You see a Canvas app by default. You poke around a little bit, and you go, really? Shut your laptop, move away, and say, this is for amateurs, really? We built professional-grade software, right? So our first reaction, this is about 18 months ago, was, I don't know if this is professional grade or not. In fact, Alan, in this Active Europe campaign, and you saw an amazing story of how that happened, right? That was the big wake-up call. And in fact, I still remember Ken, say hi, Ken. Ken's our Office 365 operations manager. He's the guy who does all the hard work. Alan and I just build software for a living, right? He keeps the lights on and keeps us moving. He sent me a ping on Skype. It was like, hey, what's this Active Europe thing? Is this like one of your apps? I'm like, no, I have no idea what this is. This guy, Alan, does he work for you? I was like, absolutely not, didn't work for me. And he was like, he's saving health data in an app. What was he doing? I said, oh, I have no idea. We have to go figure it out. We need to save this guy from himself, right? We need to put some guardrails around him and some governance. But fortunately, after kind of pushing down our first reaction of saying no, like all IT does, right? We took a step back and really adopted a wait-and-see approach with a few light guardrails in place. And I think there's some real good strategy you can put in place around our default tenant, and I think Chevron will talk about the same kind of thing too, of taking things like CDS out in the beginning and making sure you can't tweet out automatically with Flow, right, from inside with our company data. But by doing that, if you like guardrails, really adopting a wait-and-see approach and let innovators like Alan go out and do and create. And I tell you, the transformation has been, quite frankly, amazing. And in fact, after driven into action, we took the step back from this, seeing what's happening, and seeing just at the velocity at which teams like Alan's were building software that was impactful. You see the UI that they built, right? So for us, it was a wake-up call of, okay, this is really professional grade stuff. We have to take a very hard look at it. And that's when we really dove deep into what is the strategy around the Power Platform, the broader strategy around data. And once we started to understand what's happening with CDS and CDM and how it really aligned with a broader vision at Schlumberger of how we're seeing data, it really turned us around to where now I am repurposing my team. We're in the middle of reskilling and reorganizing, really along the same lines as Chevron, of how do we build a strong center of excellence that enables our citizen developers to go out and innovate and build great stuff, enables these small IT organizations to go build good stuff too, but also at the same time be a center of excellence for expertise of the pro-development side of the Power Platform. There's actually a bigger story here, though, I want to quickly tell you of why was the company so ripe for innovation. If you guys attended the executive driving change one, Nipa gave a great comment about being coachable, right? Why was Schlumberger employees so coachable and ready to really engage in the Power Platform? And that one starts back in 2014. But it was the largest downturn, well, one of the largest. There's been many, but this is probably the most significant downturn in oil and gas history. It's hard to really overemphasize the impact it was to our company and to the entire global market. Give you a hint, at Schlumberger, we announced back in 2014 that we intended to lay off probably 40 or 50,000 people. It was more than that, right? These are our friends. These are our colleagues. These are people we worked with for years. I'm sure all of you, who's been through something like that as a company, right? If you've been through that, like you know it's very personal. These are people you know. These are your friends. We would kick projects off, and next week the people wouldn't be there. We got so bad that if someone was in their office for a week, you're looking them up on corporate directory. They're still around, So this thing makes you very reflective, right? It makes you very reflective about who you are and what you want to be as an employee. It also makes you very coachable, right? And open for change and to understand how to be digital. In the same sense, as a company, we took the same reflective measure of who do we are as an organization, how do we exist in this new hyper-competitive environment, how do we partner with companies like Chevron to really give them the solutions they need, and we knew the answer was going to be around data. This is a great picture of the very first well we logged. So Schlumberger started as a well logging company. You put a probe down a hole, and you see where the oil is. That's what you do. That's how we started. I'm sure this guy had a couple of wires and a big Chief tablet he was recording data on, but our company began with focusing on data acquisition, so we knew the future of what we were going to do was going to be focused on data. So we kicked off two big, massive reorganizations. The first one was around our products. So you see here one of the Schlumberger's land rigs. We built a global digital organization with arms into every single product that we built. This is a great example. Every single product would have a software component, a digital component, as well as a data acquisition, analysis, and with a huge focus on how do we partner with our customers to really innovate. But for us, that really wasn't enough. We were trying to not only save our own company, but quite frankly, the entire oilfield services market. It was in a tailspin, and we knew we had a leadership position, and as leaders, you have to lead in a market. So the second thing we did was a massive internal reorganization to build an organization called Operations System, which is really a fancy name for all of IT and key business leaders around business process together in an organization to build this engine of change, engine of constant change, so that we won't have to have one big transformation after another, but you have an organization that's feeding new products and new software solutions and change into your organization constantly. There was a five-tiered digital strategy around that. And if you hang with me for a few minutes, we get a little corporate-y and strategy-wise, but you'll see why for us the Power Platform is so important. So first of all, SAP, our system of record, all of our data resides here, most of it at least. And for us, it's key to our digital strategy. 2 months ago, we had the largest go-live in SAP history, not Schlumberger history, SAP history. So for us, it's a massive investment, but it's slow, right? Monolithic, years of deployment, right? If you guys have been involved in ERPs, and as I have, God bless you, it's fun. It's really, really hard, though. 10 to 15 years of lifetime, or we know it's probably going to be more than this, right? So on top of SAP, we built these things called digital products. These are the big monolithic products. And I have to refer back to Nipa's presentation. These are our big rocks, right? These are our big rocks. They take more than a year to build. These are our own custom software products that incorporate our lessons learned and best practices from decades and decades of being in the field service and logging wells and that sort of thing. But quite frankly, if you really want to drive innovation, and for us, we really knew we had to have data as a center to drive innovation really at the edges of the organization. We built something called Digital Studios, which is what my team is. I'm a digital studio with a center of excellence in mobility software. We partner directly with the business to build solutions directly for them that create value for them. Smaller, fast-moving teams, software in 3 to 6 months. Lifetime could be 6 months, it could be a couple of years. And for us, we really want to embrace the idea that some software should die. It shouldn't go on forever. This is how IT budgets get bloated and get huge, and we don't have enough money to drive in innovation. If a solution doesn't get a lot of user adoption, or honestly doesn't create value, it dies. If it has good user adoption, if it creates value, Active Europe, great example, right? If it has some good user adoption, then we really focus on it, and we figure out where does it belong. Maybe it should go into a digital product. Maybe it should become a part of a studio organization where it's long-lasting. But to be honest with you, in order to take, and this is also our central IT organization, but in order to take creativity and innovation to the next level, you saw the amazing things Alan's team does. They're a digital cell. They're a local, fast-moving, high-performing IT organization based in the region, right, in Europe, that can build, that's partnered with the business. They understand what the business needs are. They're part of the strategy sessions for the business, and they can build these fast-moving applications to really meet their needs. And for us, this is where the beginning of why the Power Platform is really powerful. You can see how rapidly we can deploy solutions, right? The great story of taking students a couple months out, and they're building software for a multinational company with applications being used in, 10 countries across Europe with, 800 users, 900 users in 2 weeks? That's real software. That was a big wake-up call for us, like, whoa, we have to think about this, right? But then if you look at the whole strategy and how extensible and scalable the platform is, especially around CDS and CDM, for us on the ProDev side, if we're going to act in collaboration as a COE and take these amazing products that are being built on the Power Platform and really build them up and make them enterprise grade, I think for us it's very, very amazing. And you combine that with our big focus on self-service. We have a huge initiative on employee self-service, making sure they can build their own Power BI dashboards. They can build their own Power Apps. If you want to digitize the edges of your enterprise and get at all this data that exists on all the big chief tablets and the Excel spreadsheets and the SharePoint lists, the big black hole of SharePoint lists, right? And all you SharePoint lovers out there, but it's a big black hole of data, right? It really is. If you're going to get at this, and if you want to have this dream of pervasive AI, I know that sounds fancy, but if you want to have this dream of doing things like AutoML, you have to get at this data, and you have to somehow get it aligned. So this is where our vision of data aligns directly with CDS and CDM, and we're going to be driving this forward. In fact, we're in negotiations right now. We'll talk about this in a later slide of how do we make that available to every employee so they can all consume CDS, and we can somehow get them into CDM and really focus on data for the long term. So in order to get our whole event, our whole initiative kicked off on the Power Platform, right after Alan's big surprise to all of us, we needed something to get us going. We needed a catalyst to drive awareness and get everyone on the same page. And for us, about this time of last year, we had a large multinational hackathon. 106 teams across about 30 countries. It was a 2-day hackathon, 2 days. We had some awareness built into in the beginning of it. We had, honestly, our training consisted of a couple of videos we put out. I don't know if Shane Young was even that popular yet. I don't think so, right? So we hacked out. It was two centers. We had a co-located group in India, a co-located group in the US, and a bunch of people that were virtual. Over 61 apps that were built and finished. We had top 10s, and then finally the top 3 were selected by our C-suite group. And quite frankly, it was amazing. It was amazing not only because we drove this awareness of the Power Platform, but to have non-IT people get their hands on software and the things they could create. I could spend a whole hour showing you guys the apps that were created, the things that our engineers put together. And it really showed, for us, highlighted the power of leveraging this entire organization of engineers and scientists to go build their own stuff. And quite frankly, things that were built that would never have been built by IT. You go through all of our standard bureaucratic processes, and you got to get in line and get governance and get structure and everything else. You're never going to get there. So that's why this is so exciting for me as a central IT guy, to be able to let people create and use this Darwinian approach to software creation. You want to go try something? Go try it. It's got some guardrails, maybe a few little training wheels in place, but go try it. Let's see if you get some adoption like Alan's apps have, and there's a bunch of other examples I'll show you later of other apps that have. Then you come in, and once you hit a certain threshold, you need a little governance, right? Need a little architecture, making sure you're not tweeting data out outside of our tenant, that sort of thing, which is what worries Ken all the time. He literally had we had a meeting this morning about this very thing about one of the apps I'll talk about. So we had the hackathon. It really got us going in the right direction, a lot of momentum, but how do you maintain that momentum? Community. I'm sure you guys have heard this 1,000 times during this last few days. Got to have community. For us, it's centered around our Yammer group. This is the first thing Ken did for us. Over a year ago, as the Office 365 Ops Manager, he set up a Yammer group for us. And at the beginning, it didn't have a lot of traction, but once we had the hackathon, really had some traction. And then we had guys like Alan and the other digital sale managers who build apps really join in. And that's the amazing thing for me to see, is people helping each other outside of IT, right? We had our own champions really arise, and allowed us to really get people together in a community like we never could before. One of the key lessons learned from this, though, too, is that central IT has to play a role in that some questions need to be answered, and you have to not necessarily be proctoring it, but making sure that people get connected, the answers get answered, or you redirect them to the right place if they're not getting an answer. That's why you make a ripe community, and you make the data inside the community really rich for harvesting. So we had the big hackathon event. We've been driving community. We also had a big awareness campaign, multiple campaigns we waged with digital signage, emailers, meetings, all the things you normally see in the corporate environment, to drive people to the Yammer, to drive people to Power Apps. So let me flash forward to where we are today. We're about 10,000 monthly active users. We have 1,300 apps, about 400 creators globally, right? 86 countries, so we're building apps in every country that we are. US, by the way, is not the biggest app builder. It's actually Europe is a big one, so is India and the Middle East. Middle East is huge for us. But what this tells you really is we've got a lot of activity. But for us as a business, we really want to reinvent ourselves and be competitive in this new environment. We want to create value. So those 300 production apps, which means they have over 10 monthly active users, means something to us. And really, it's those top 5 apps I'm about to show you that we really think tell us we're getting some massive traction. And these are all apps that were not built, well, one was built by IT, but I'll explain that. They're mostly not built by IT and have really had some dramatic impact. So the first one, Active Europe. By the way, I got to drop this hint, and Alan said it. You know why that stuff's blurred out? This is where big IT comes in. That stuff's blurred out because we realized as we're trying to get this presentation reviewed and approved that we couldn't share personal names with you guys from anyone in Europe. So good lesson learned. Great app. 1,100 monthly active users, right? That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. This is an app that really didn't have a lot of hype. I mean, in the beginning, but now it really does. Hackathon app, another app that I wish I could spend a whole hour on. This is our first big app we built as an IT team to manage this next hackathon we're going to have next week, actually. And it's amazing to see the velocity at which we can employ software. We're developing enhancements and delivering them every day on this app to 3 platforms, right? Whether you're registering participants, building teams, linking participants to mentors, getting ideas, voting up the ideas like Reddit. It was amazing to see at which we could manage a whole initiative from the Power Platform. Next, we talked about the largest SAP go live in history, right? You got to have ticketing. This is one of the highest used apps we had. It's 800 mile now. It was about 2,000 at the time when we had a go live. And it looks simple, like a simple ticket. This is for SAP super users, a very small, tight community built to be rapid response to the SAP go live. Behind this is a really amazing flow that drives business logic and automatically creates an email with the right metadata and text. So when it's sent to our global support team, we have a bot that's looking at it. The bot automatically grabs the email and routes it through Remedy the right way so they get a rapid response. So this is a great use of a simple form with a great flow, with the right data, with a bot behind it, that now we have 2,000 super users, by the way, that get a rapid response from a technical team based in India. Next, Who knew we were in the hotel business? But this is a great thing if you wait and see what happens, you get created. So in the Middle East, we have bunches of shared housing for people to come in for month in, month off. And they needed a booking and travel and baggage and all the things you have with hotels. 600 monthly active users. Who knew, right? But this is a great example of innovation by that local Middle East digital cell. And last but not least, this is by far the 500-pound gorilla of apps for us, 9,000 users a month. It's called Aurora. And what this does, and we were later on a call this morning of how do we scale this thing up into CDS and CDM, because it's getting way beyond what SharePoint can do. This gamifies the boring things of going through work and of doing HSC reporting, of doing some surveys, doing training. You log stuff here, you do questions here, it's a knowledge base, you answer questions of the day. You can recognize people. The recognize piece, by the way, is going to be a global app that we're going to go build as a central COE. We're going to take that and scale it up on CDS and CDM. But that's a great example of an app that was built by citizen developers by Digital Cell. Now it's going to be scaled up. And now for us, it's the test case of how do we work together as a COE with these global teams. So with that in place, we've had a lot of momentum. We have a lot of apps being built. As a global COE, how do you really create value? And these are lessons learned that are not only what I want to share with you, but this is our journey going forward, right? You got to keep things going. Chevron has a great example of how they do hackathons. You should listen to that. It's different than ours. Completely different, but awesome, right? Community. Got to drive community. IT can't be the only people sharing stuff. You need to let people go share and be together, right? Governance. You got to have some light guardrails in the beginning. We manage our default environment very tightly. It's to be honest with you, I'll go along on this, but the next Chevron slides are phenomenal in this, so I'll let you guys see that. Employee self-service. Let people go create. You have to have resources in place. Do some training. Do some hackathons. Let people go build their own stuff. You would be amazed at what they can build, and you can leverage that as a central IT organization to really drive innovation. And finally, for us, the partnership with our digital cells and letting them innovate and enabling them with on-demand UX, which is our biggest ask, by the way, from these guys, is UX, architecture when they need it, as well as support. That's where we really want to play a great role of enabling them, not building stuff for them, but enabling them with our core competencies and our scale so they can go build amazing innovative solutions very, very rapidly. So next for us is next week, a massive hackathon. It's triple the size of what it was last year. The response has been overwhelming. We have almost 1,000 people across over almost 100 cities. It's been amazing. You can see on the right-hand side, we used a Power App to collect ideas and let crowdsourced people vote them up like Reddit to pick out which of the top ideas we're going to go address. So last year was all about awareness and innovation. This year, that's there too, but how do we go create value? How do we use a hackathon to go create value and let business teams build some apps that are actually highly impactful? So now we curated that and really focused on how do we get people hacking and working on specific business problems. It's kind of overwhelming, but we'll see how it goes next week. Hopefully next time we talk to you guys, we'll give you a good report. And finally, I want to give you a quick view of where we've been and where we're going to go. We started, well over a year ago with, only a few hundred apps that are being built. And now, as you go through the different phases, from the awareness campaigns to the digital cells like Alan's adopting them, to IT really looking at the vision, adopting the vision, and starting building stuff ourselves and driving awareness, to the hackathon we're going to have next week. You can see we're really rapidly approaching that 2,000 mark, and I think hopefully we'll get to 15,000 monthly active users in 6 months or so. And with that, I think we'll hand it over to our good friends at Chevron and Warren. And by the way, every organization has other organizations they look up to. We look up to our big brothers at Chevron of how they do COEs. So there you go.
All right, thanks. All right, hi everybody. I'm Warren Bryan. I'm PaaS Governance and Services Lead in Chevron's Central IT Software Engineering Organization. What that means in this context is that I'm the product manager for the Power Platform at Chevron. I also have my colleague Jerry Wu, who's going to take over about halfway through our portion of this, and he's a drilling and completions enterprise architect. So a little bit, maybe I'll let Jerry come up to introduce himself too. Come on, Jerry. I've been with Chevron about 10 years. Won't spend too much time on all this stuff because we just want to catch up, and ultimately we'll get you to some question and answer sessions too. But been with Chevron about 10 years, and my focus is on sort of building out the business processes and how all these things come together. And Jerry?
Yeah, my name is Jerry Wu. I'm the enterprise architect for Chevron's drilling and completions business. Today, I'd like to show you, after Brian's speaking, to talk about some of the use case we built. Probably it's different from a lot of the use case Schlumberger is showing you guys. We try to use Power Platform to solve one of the most complex workflow.
And so for those of y'all that don't know Chevron, we're one of the largest energy producers in the world, second largest in the US. We have operations globally, everywhere, basically except for Antarctica, every continent. So when Microsoft came to us early on talking about Power Apps, they would ask us what our use cases are, and really our use cases are anything and everything. So there's no real one narrow perspective that we could give them on that. I won't harp too much on this, but the case for low code, I think Schlumberger did a good job covering this too, of just democratizing citizen development so that we can capture all this value in digital solutions that are out there, but doing it in a way that's safe, in a way that we feel like we're going to be comfortable supporting, being comfortable championing it ourselves as a central IT organization. And overall, our journey. Sorry, I'm running fast. I just want to make sure we get going and get to the good stuff like Jerry's presentation. 2017, we had a big partnership with Microsoft, with Azure, and that drove a lot of other conversations around Microsoft products, specifically Power Apps. So in early 2018, we set out to just start doing some investigation around Power Apps, even just saying, is this even for us? What can it do? What can't it do? Do we want to even spend time on it? At that point, it was just me. I was working on it with just a few people embedded in different organizations where everybody was basically just doing research and playing around with it. About middle of 2018 last year, so almost about a year ago, we just started doing a pilot program access. If somebody wanted access, we just gave it to them, and we said, here, go have fun, let us know how it goes. We would just watch and monitor, and we were almost using a little bit of a lean startup mentality. So we added a couple people from our central team. And then finally, third quarter last year, end of third quarter, we said, let's go ahead and jump in and start seeding some opportunities. So we've picked 4 of our different lines of business and really invested in saying, let's see if we can really make this work at scale and take it out. Does it work in various regions and different business units, different lines of business, and see what learnings we could have before we really invested. Then we went forward from there and we said, hey, that was a great outcome. Let's keep this momentum going. We've been growing our center of excellence. We now have enterprise licensing in place, and we're just expecting a big uptick in trajectories here. Key learnings, big ones just around culture. Being able to know what your culture is and being able to evaluate that and figure out how can I map this into my organization's culture. That's going to be the big thing, that every journey is different because every company is going to have a different culture. You heard Schlumberger's story. It's different from what ours is, and some of that is just about managing the cultural aspects, and many of the things that we do as a central team is specifically to culture hack the organization so that we can help overcome some of the barriers and hurdles that people are used to that prevent them from being innovative and building software. And I think I sped through that pretty quick, so now I'm going to let Jerry come up and specifically talk about, I mentioned the 4 lines of business. The drilling and completion story is one of those lines of business that we were working with early on to help them get started and use as our POC.
Yep, thanks, Warren. So my name is Jerry Wu. I just mentioned I work for drilling and completions function for Chevron. And when we started touching Power Apps probably a year or 2 ago, I mean, we see the power of it, right? So you can build things so fast. As you guys can see, Schlumberger's presentation, just fantastic application built by citizen developers, people, I mean, with little, almost no training, and build some beautiful application, create a lot of value very quickly. So everybody can see that, and we're leveraging the same kind of capability today. But one other thing today I want to present is something we did slightly different. Hopefully that's of some value to you guys too, is we try to push the limit. We try to see, can we leverage Power Platform to build one of our most complex workflow? So I'm going to start with just talking briefly about what do we do and what kind of challenge we're facing today. So drilling and completions, if you look at this little diagram on the screen, The outside of this circle is what we call well life cycle. It's basically when we identified an opportunity, a well we want to drill. We go through the planning process, we engineered, we basically design that well, then we drill the well. Once we finish what we call completions process, we hand it over to operation, basically for day-to-day. They're gonna start to extract oil out of ground. So our job, that's basically is a big part of this well life cycle. Now, if you look at the middle of this circle, you see all these what we call spaghetti bowls. That's our current state. Just like a lot of other business, drilling and completion is extremely complex, right? We have hundreds of business applications, very specific applications, some of them coming from Schlumberger, actually. So all these applications we use to help us to do our work day to day. Now, if you're thinking about also the shadow systems, I'm talking about all the spreadsheet we created by our engineers. We're looking at probably thousands of applications. Now, all these applications, a lot of point-to-point connections, a lot of manual integrations. People copy data from spreadsheet into system all the other way around, right? And you have duplicated data, right? You have out-of-sync data. You have data quality issues. So what we have, I'm very sure it's not unique. Everybody having, more or less similar kind of situation. So that is overall the big challenge we're facing. Now, today, what I try to show you is we grab one of our example of how we leverage overall Microsoft technology, especially the Power Platform, to help us solving some of the challenge. The example I'm going to show you is one of our key business process. That's the bread and butter of what we do. It's called well planning / well design process. Our engineers, they need to design a well, right? And this process is extremely complex, very, very big process workflow. And thinking about design a car, right? There's so many components. They interact with each other. Nothing is solo, right? When you design an engine, you have to think about transmission and all the other pieces that work together. So the same thing with well design. You design a complex well, it's very complex. Now, one of the most complicated well, probably on this planet, is those deep water well that we drill. And when we design such a well, it's just so many pieces, it needs to be considered. And as of today, we use a lot of systems. But at the same time, believe it or not, the whole process, the core of our design, what our engineering really use, is actually over 50 spreadsheets. If you look at it, it's extremely complex spreadsheet. But those are what our engineer really use. On top of some of the engineering tools, some other business applications they have to use, right? They have to use this 50-something spreadsheet to build the well. And most of the spreadsheet actually I play solo. In a sense, basically, you don't have those spreadsheets even linked for a very reason, because of the complexity. If you connect them all together, any kind of update probably going to take days, and it will crash. So, yeah, in our case, then, and that is actually our reality. Just because the complexity, they're using all these spreadsheets all these days. So what do we try to do? We look at it, we say, okay, let's talk about it. Is there any pain point? It's a huge pain point for our business. The whole design process today with the 50-plus spreadsheet takes about 9 to 12 months to design a well. It's not only because of this, of course, the complexity of the well itself is the key. Now, we start talking to the business, say, where are the pain points, right? So the number one pain point is with all these kind of spreadsheet-based shadow systems, if you're thinking about it, one of our engineers, many engineers getting involved in the process, if somebody changed spreadsheet number 30, it will impact spreadsheet number 10 or 20. Just thinking about it, if the person who designed a car's engine make a change, it's probably going to impact the transmission people. That's the same exact logic in our case. And since we have so many spreadsheets, they're playing solo. There's no way you can manage them. So it's extremely difficult. What ended up happening a lot of times when you make a change, a critical change in the overall design, you have to go all the way back to the beginning and say, let's redesign everything. We rerun all the safety check. We rerun all the tests in order to have a safe and optimized design. It takes a lot of time. That's why it takes us generally 9 to 12 months to design a complex well. So another big thing, big issue, pain point, it's not as obvious, is all this manual integration we're doing. We have a lot of business applications that you need to use to help you test the well's safety. So the user, today, they actually copy data from spreadsheet. They go to the engineering tool. They enter the data in the engineering tool. They start running the test, get result back, copy back to the spreadsheet. Now it needs a lot of human work, and more importantly, the engineers need to learn how to use multiple business applications on top of the spreadsheet they're using. So it actually takes a lot of time to learn all these systems, especially when you transition from one role to the other. There's a huge steep learning curve, a lot of document they need to read. So the solution, I'm going to talk about the solution we really provided. One of the initiative we did is we redid the whole process, leverage Power Platform. On top of that, we leverage heavily Microsoft's integration services. So before we jump into solution, real quick about Chevron's vision of our digital platform. That helped you probably to understand what really we did to find a solution for this challenge. So our digital platform really is a core of our digital transformation. So if you're thinking about, we try to wrap all our business applications, our data, our solutions, our workflow into kind of layered structure. Then you see what's on the screen. You have the bottom layer is all the common services we're leveraging, and Microsoft technology is a key component of that. And middle layer is what we call enabling layer. We have all the business application I'm referring to. We actually wrap it up. Then what do is we create APIs for all the Power Apps to consume. The point is this, we are hoping to say, look, users don't need to learn all these different applications. For those common engineers, you don't need to learn all this. All you have to do is go through Power Apps. Then it will interact with the business application to do the work you want it to do. That's what this enabling layer is all about. It's doing the work, but you don't have to interact with it. At the top, what do we call engagement layer? It's small, but it's very critical. We're leveraging all the Power Platform as the foundation of all our engagement layer. We didn't call it GUI, because engagement layer is really all the user interaction combined. It's much more than GUI. It could be collaboration, it could be workflow, it could be anything. But anything the user interact with the whole system, that goes through Power Platform. So this is our architecture. That's how we're introducing the Power Platform and working with our enabling layer and foundational layer. So real quick on what we did. This solution, we took the well planning process, the 50+ spreadsheet, with all these system integration. We basically converted into Power Apps. Well, it's really Dynamics and Power Apps combined, Canvas and Model Apps combined. And we did that. We're also in the process of wrapping all the APIs for these Power Apps to call. So what does it give us? So once we did these Power Apps, converting this spreadsheet into Power Apps, what it will give the user is single point of entry. The user no longer going to need to look for all this spreadsheet. Hey, I need to do a casing design, which is the newest version of casing design spreadsheet. You have one place to go to, and if I want to interact with external system, you go through the same Power Apps. You don't go to the system. You don't need to get input. You don't need to get access. You just go through the single point of entry. Another key thing is once we move to Power Apps and Dynamics, what we have is we have CDS as our backend. It's a single point of storage. So if you're the casing design engineer, you design the casing, it's saved to CDS. I'm designing the cement and fluid. I can see immediately what the casing design change you made and how that's going to impact me. Of course, we're going to, in the conjunction of using flow to notify people, hey, look, you are related to the casing design. You're related to fluid. So the fluid is changed. Now it may impact your casing design. So, and number 3 is we have what we call consistent look and feel, right? For our users, this is actually very important to our users. It's much less obvious. It's when our users, then when they start, those are engineers. They're not IT people. They go in using a tool. What they hate the most is we ask them for IT training and read the IT document to use a system. So what they want to do is they said, can I just go to a system? I want to see finance system. I don't want to learn how to log into SAP. Can I just get it? Go to my Power Apps. I can see my finance data. I want inventory data. Do I need to log into Ariba? I don't want to do that. I want to know how to do that. Can I just see everything related to my well design in one place, consistent look and feel? I have all the menu I'm comfortable with. I know how to navigate. I know how to get to next step. So that's basically what is the solution we're providing. It's kind of, in summary, We provide a solution using Power Apps for the engagement layer, and we wrap up all the business application using API. So all the people go through Power Apps to accessing external, not external, really, all the business applications. So I cannot really show you the whole application, but I asked my engineers to help me build a very short video, at least to show you. He's going to show you a very small piece of well design, what we call cost estimation. He's going to show you the spreadsheet they used before and the new Power Apps, how it looks like. It's a very short video, but hopefully it gives you an idea what it looks like.
An opportunity was identified to utilize Microsoft's Power Platform to solve a business problem for Chevron's business units with unconventional resources. Engineers needed a simple and standard way to generate accurate and detailed probabilistic cost and time estimates for drilling and completions operations. Historically, engineers have used Excel to generate deterministic estimates at a high level. This was a very manual process and contained error traps, resulting in inaccurate estimates and difficult comparisons of planned versus actual time and cost. A new tool was built utilizing Microsoft Power Apps to digitally enhance the process by providing a user-friendly interface and to serve as a one-stop shop to generate cost and time estimates by integrating with multiple Chevron databases and external applications. This has driven standardization, simplification, and accuracy across Chevron business units and from engineer to engineer. This tool was built on the Microsoft Power Platform based on its ability to integrate with other workflows and scale to additional business units.
Okay, so as you can see, this is just showing a couple of the spreadsheet today we use for cost estimation with a sub, which is a sub workflow of overall well planning. You see how complex the spreadsheet is. And actually, we have more than 50 of them for our well design. And so basically what he did is actually showed you the spreadsheet before and how the Power Apps we built today. Now, I want to, in summary, just kind of in summary what I discussed or talked about, I want to zoom into these very small sub-workflow of our well planning. This is called cost estimation. It's one step of our well planning. Just want to show you, kind of in summary, what the role of Power Platform played. If you look at the top, this is actually the Power Platform we build, all these different windows. We literally build only like 6, 7 windows. That's step by step to guide the user through to building all their well cost estimation. Now, behind the scene, what it does is making all the API calls to all the external systems. So Power Apps is calling the external system on behalf of the users to get all the information about finance, the inventory, the contract information. They talk to external system that does engineering cost estimation. They talk to well information system, data warehouse, all that. The user doesn't need to learn none of that. So that is the architecture we use to implement it. This is a small piece of it. And one last thing is the value creation, right? So this current solution of our well planning solution, we're in a try run. The current estimation is it will cut our well planning time from 9 to 12 months. We'll shorten it about 50%. That's a huge number to us because that means several months ahead of time we can have the well operating. That means multi-million dollars saving for the company. Thank you. I'm going to hand it over to Warren.
So I'm going to do two things just to jump ahead real quick. I'm going to put a plug for when you go back to see what sessions you may have missed. If you didn't already sit through, we did a COE session this morning. So rather than me hit everything on these slides, go download that one. It's the same slides, and I talk through some of this next stuff in more detail. But ultimately, our vision of success is we want to keep moving the app development closer to the people that are the closest to the business problem. So a little more information on that I elaborate on in the other session. And then our function, we've been using the term COE, but we consider our business people, our teams like Jerry and his teams that are out there building these applications, they're those product teams. They're the ones that are excellent. So we consider our teams that we established at the center to be the center of enablement, where our job is just doing whatever we can to make their lives easier. So rather than sitting here and talking too much about that, go watch the COE session if you want to hear more. as far as our future, where we're going, we want to see smaller apps with more integrations, like the cost estimation tool. It's taking a big business process down into one thing, continually to evolve and iterate on the applications and keep improving them. We also want to be able to bring in some more of our Azure functionality. It was a great session upstairs that I went to talking about integration using logic apps into other Azure services. But ultimately, if I can leave you with any two things, it's jump in, get started, and know wherever you're starting from, that's not where you're going to end up. Even we're not going to look the same a year from now that we do right now. And so just know that you're going to evolve and grow through this. And with that, we may have time for a couple of questions.
Thank you. I'll ask all the speakers to come up, please. Any questions from the audience? Yes, sir.
Very basic question. How are you guys deploying these apps to the mobile devices? Are you using any MDM tools? I mean, updates, security? Can you talk a little bit about that?
So I'll start. It's all via the Power Apps shell app. If you haven't done it, you can go download that directly. Right now, we don't have anything published, but we are looking towards the future of leveraging Intune to be able to do more of a app distribution. Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, let Ken answer that.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Hi, yeah, sorry. So I'm Ken Aguillard, right? I can answer that question. So today, right, within Schlumberger, we do it in a number of different ways, right? The first of which is on the MDM side, we use something called Mobile Iron today, right? But we're slowly actually transitioning that whole infrastructure, our MDM and our MAM, into Intune, right? So we also leverage conditional access policies and a number of other things, right, along with Intune, right, to sort of, provide a cohesive, nice experience for the user, right? So does that answer your question?
So Power Apps is being managed through Mobile Apps.
Correct, right. So what happens is, you wrap your Intune, right, around that layer, right, around the Power Apps application, and then when it's delivered to the user, it's almost seamless to them. Right?
Thank you. Any other questions?
My case is I'm not a Dynamics user. I'm an SAP shop, and I'm assuming there are some elements of back office which are not also in Dynamics in both these companies. How does Power Apps work with SAP or other ERP platforms? Is that a possible solution also to simplify the single UI thought process?
Yeah, so we have, of course, we're a huge SAP shop. We're not a Dynamics shop, by the way. So, and one of the biggest challenges we have across IT is how do you build stuff on top of SAP, right? It's easier when you have our big monolithic solutions we're building. You build these big integrations, but for one of our big challenges, one of my actual goals for the year is to build a deep integration into SAP so we can consume it with the Power Platform. We do it a little bit through NetWeaver for, there's a whole suite of SAP apps called Fiori apps, right? Web apps, right? So there's all these APIs you can go consume as well as go create a bunch of custom BAPIs, everything else. So big focus for us. We have this huge SAP installation. Now there's always pain points there, right? Because SAP is a bit stiff, right? So for us, it's using the Power Platform to go build on top of that, but we're literally right now building that architecture.
Yeah, and I think just to answer that from other customers' experiences as well, I think the architecture that Jerry talked about, if you expose a set of APIs out of SAP, which simplifies the experience for the end user to consume SAP data, then anybody can build an app on top of it to provide a window into it. So the recommendation, not only for SAP, but for any other legacy backend which you are trying to connect and we do not have a connector for, is expose that in a simple API, which encapsulates some of the complexity of the underlying system and then exposes it to end user, citizen developers to create a UI on top of it. So the UI layer could still be Power Apps using the connector framework and then still connect to SAP to anything else you want.
Yeah, I mean, I want to add on top of that. That's, if you see the diagram, that's a Chevron's, at least from our point of view, that is a core of our digital platform. It's really API. We want to exactly what his Pratap was describing. We want to, I don't care if it's SAP, it's Ariba, it's any system. We want to standardize API. So, and the API is managed through API management in Azure. So everybody's going through the API. In the future, we want to swap API or SAP with, I don't know, SAP HANA or whatever you do. It's hidden from all the application consumes API.
There's a question here.
Thank you. So who are the citizen developers that you guys are finding in the different departments of your teams? I come from a much smaller shop than you guys, but it's hard to get their time, and so communicating to the teams is important, I'd imagine. But I'm kind of interested to hear, how you made that transition. Hackathon aside, I mean, I think that's a really cool thing, but then that continual effort on their part to develop that app, is it happening outside of work hours? Is it happening during work hours?
I'll say from our standpoint, it's both. And I was joking around and pointing. We've got one of our citizen developers sitting here in the room, Kyle, if you want to ask him after too. But a little bit of everything. Some people just jump in because they've got a problem they need solved, and like Lad was saying, they don't want to go through an approval process. They don't want to have to put an idea into a project queue. They just say, I need to jump in and fix this, before they would go fix it with Excel or Access or just whatever tools they had at their disposal. So this is just giving them a better tool to solve the same problems they would have been solving anyways. Coming from an engineering company, we've got so many engineers in the organization that a lot of them, even the new hires that are coming in as engineers, they've taken programming classes. They have a pretty good foundation in technology. It's not like it was even when I started at Chevron 10 years ago, or the stories I hear about before, where you really had this dichotomy of, no, you're the IT people over here and we're the business engineers over here. You're seeing a lot of those skill sets that really cross that boundary. So really the answer is anybody that's got the passion and want to go solve problems.
So maybe I jump in on the Schlumberger side. So our audience for the citizen developer is again across board. We have actually across board from everywhere, but the strongest interest that we've seen is finance. Yeah, finance normally is they have problems they want to solve. They want to solve with the latest tools. And how did we get this thing going? We run some campaigns. So we have this thing that is sitting on this hype of Games of Thrones. Winter is coming, so we call Digital is Coming. And we run this big Digital is Coming campaign all over the world, and get everybody excited and know about the tool, and then say, what is this? Power Apps, what is this? Power BI? And they start jumping on it and learn new stuff, right?
Yeah, and I put a plug on some of the sessions. In the previous session, in the COE session, we shared some of the tricks that customers like SNCF and Standard Bank, they are doing to drive adoption. Part of it is also community, like the external Power Addicts community that is out there in the open, fostering an internal community for like-minded people who are trying to solve the same problems. I think almost everybody has created a culture, either Yammer or Slack or whatever tool you use, for people to come together. In Chevron, they use Facebook workspaces to create that community. All of that is necessary for that lone citizen developer to find similar people around, and that fosters more growth. And we just have to facilitate a little bit from Center IT, but then it all grows. And the COE session had much more ideas, so I'll plug for that as well. I think we are on time, but the last question then. We can still take questions after the fact, but not on mic.
I won the last one. I'm curious about the haves and have-nots. Do you have groups in your organization that sit in perhaps what may be looked at as low-margin areas, less educated, perhaps older workforce that isn't comfortable doing some of this? Do you have mechanisms available for that citizen community or IT to help foster supporting them? Because a lot of times, especially in the low margins, they may gain the most in many ways, right, from getting this. Any programs or thoughts, any examples you'd share?
So this is one of the reasons why I love the Power Platform, right? It's completely, it doesn't matter for where you are, what job you're is, what your demographic. You can go try something and build something. I think the important thing to remember is, does the application have value? Every application shouldn't live. Some things need to die, right? And then the Power Platform is a great place to go play and see and do. At Schlumberger, we do have a process for it where you can, if application is getting a momentum, you can either engage with the digital cell or with a digital studio, but that's also a more formal process. Not everyone knows about it. So this is the digital campaign that Alan was speaking about, of getting the word out that digital is coming. Everyone's digital. It isn't just IT anymore. You have to get engaged. You have to, and really the story of that is a personal transformation we want all of our employees to go through, of a digital mindset, of a digital understanding, a set of competencies, and also to go build some apps. So it's pushing them forward into that, and then trying to hook them up with the right resources at the larger level if application deserves it. So.
Yeah, I'll just call out one quick answer to your question as well. Is in India we have a concept called jugaad culture. It's really the workaround culture. And particularly the have-nots have dealt with that culture for a while. They do not know all the roads will lead to success. They find workarounds. And in a way, this technology enables something like that because it is non-traditional. You don't have to do a formal education. In fact, even that's the struggle today in the community is how do I learn it? You learn through viral media, you learn through everybody. So only area that we need to improve on is exposing them with this technology. I think they will, particularly the have-nots, if you think about it, they will pick it up much faster than others because they have that jugaad culture in them, but it's a matter of them getting exposed to it, which is the hard part, and we have to facilitate that part. Sorry, I cut you off. You can.
No, I was just going to say, it ultimately kind of ties to what you were saying. It still all comes down to the want to and the passion, and they just have to they have to really want to solve their business problem. They don't want to just talk about their business problem and have somebody else fix it for them. They've got to want to do it themselves.
I think this is cross-company. The question wasn't necessarily for a Chevron or a Schlumberger. Kathy Joachim from the Red Cross spoke this morning, and she speaks quite passionately about how, kind of in a almost post-retirement age, she started in the punch card era, and we ended up doing a card for her as well, of how she kind of shunned all of this away, said she's literally, I'm too old to do this anymore. And she started using it, and kind of her eyes light up in terms of how easy it was and what it led to. So if you find her around, that's another person to go speak with, and she'll probably happily come chat with folks in your organization.